7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's Gucci, fam? This Que Bola, the podcast for creative entrepreneurs who want to understand the individuals winning in the creative industry and want to learn how to attain success in their own pursuits. My name is Darren Figueroa, and my mission is to help you, the creative entrepreneur, find the roadmap to grow and succeed in your own endeavors. We share stories, insights, and tips from established and emerging creative entrepreneurs so you can attain success in your own pursuits. In this episode, get ready for a flavorful journey as we chat with Mike Ortiz, the genius behind Miami's own JoJo Tea. From acting to yoga to the art of tea, Mike spills the tea on his fascinating path. Discover the secrets of brewing, the cultural depth of tea, and the challenges of running an entrepreneurial tea business from the ground up from South Florida. But fear not, amidst the hurdles, Mike's passion for tea never wavers, bringing joy to all those who sip his creations. So grab your favorite mug and let's dive deep into this beautiful episode together. Listo. She don't even know what she's in for yet. Future Miss Ortiz. Yo. So we are in another episode of the Que Bola podcast.
Que Bola, bro.
Que Bola with you, Mr. Ortiz.
What's up, Dad? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, my guy.
That's
I'm
what's up.
doing wonderful.
That's what's
Thank you
up.
so much for allowing me to come into your space, come into JoJo Tea, Sip JoJo here on Biscayne and what is this?
76.
76. Biscayne and 76. This is the fire ass tea house that you've set up here. I love your space. It's like so zen, so like it's so inviting. Yeah, man. Thank you so
Thanks,
much for
bro.
coming out here, bro, and letting me use your space and be able to talk to you for a little bit about your come up, my guy.
Bro, fuck. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to spread the good word, bro. I think that we've been doing what we've been doing for a long time now. JoJo Tea has been putting out like some of the best tea, if I may say so, some of the best tea in the country since 2011. And we've been doing it right here in Miami for a long time, and I'm really proud that when you look at like the cities of the U.S. that have like famous restaurant culture, it's like Chicago and San Francisco and Portland and New York and all those cities kind of like scoff at Miami. They're like, oh, what the fuck do y'all have? Fucking tuna tacos,
Yeah.
And it makes me really proud that like one of the best tea companies in like the country is just like this sleeper little pocket of Miami, you know what I mean?
100%, bro. 100%. When we were talking about earlier, we were speaking about how you started the company, right? When you started, you said you started it off with $2,000?
Yeah.
So tell me about the whole
Yeah.
Sip JoJo adventure, how it started, where you came from, donde te nació that ganas to make tea, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It was weird because it's always like a difficult question to answer without going into like a biography. So because it's kind of like, bro, the way that tea is deep.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's it's very subtle, but it runs deep. And what I mean by that is there's one of the best books about tea. It's called Tea Nation.
Okay.
It comes from a Hong Kong writer. I don't remember his name right now.
Uh-huh.
But dude, this book is 400 pages.
Okay.
And it's considered one of the best tea books
Okay.
in tea,
What's it called?
Tea Nation.
Tea Nation, all right.
400 pages.
Yeah.
The book starts talking about the Big Bang.
That's how he starts talking about tea?
And you don't even start talking about tea until page 200.
Get out of here. What's that whole entire
Bro,
first spiel?
literally from the Big Bang, how did that lead to the formation of Earth? Then how did that lead to the formation of land? And then how did that lead to the formation of plant life? And then how did that develop into the kind of bushes that would eventually become known as tea?
So you started it off from... So do you feel that tea is one of nature's biggest gifts or...
Bro, honestly, it's like this. Look, during the last ice ages,
Yeah.
glaciers covered most of the planet.
Okay.
And they drove most of the plants to extinction,
All right.
right? The glaciers couldn't get over the Himalayas.
The glaciers couldn't get over the him. Oh, so Like Mount Everest and shit like that.
Those mountains,
Yeah.
since they're so tall, the glaciers couldn't get over those mountains.
Oh, okay.
So they drove most of the plants on Earth to extinction, but the plants that were in the valleys between the Himalayas weren't touched by the glaciers.
Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
Okay. That's where tea and cannabis both come from.
It's all explained now.
For real, bro. And then cannabis is activated with the element of fire.
Yeah.
And tea is activated with the element of water.
Okay.
I think that it's like there's some like, and bro, like even if you've never drank tea before, like I come from a Cuban family, like we don't have no history of tea.
100%.
But yet when you drink a tea that fucking bangs, there's this familiarity. It's like, oh, that's tea. You instantly know.
Yeah.
It just like, you know, the mouth feel, you know, the pop, the bite, you know what I mean? Because bro, I think that's like part of our like collective DNA, like that experience, bro. It's people have been drinking tea 6,000 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's definitely something that has like permeated through history and like been at the side of like mountains, like giants and like emperors and kings, basically.
Bro, like the whole story of like England, what happened in England when they got introduced to tea.
Yeah.
They saw that the people that were drinking tea weren't catching the plague. So they thought that the tea was like this magical medicine that they needed to get from China. And like, but China doesn't really want anything from England.
Yeah.
So they just take silver.
Yeah.
And England starts going into debt to China. So they start fucking like smuggling opium into this village.
Yeah.
And then they invade the village and take it over. And that becomes Hong Kong. Right? Yo, but check this out. The reason that the British weren't getting sick is because they were boiling their water. It had nothing to do with tea.
Oh, because to make the tea, you need to
They
boil
would boil
water.
the fucking water. So the people that didn't drink tea wouldn't boil their water. But then the people that drank tea would boil their water before they drank it.
Wow.
And so then they go to war with China.
Yeah.
Then they turn India into a tea garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
all
what
of
I mean?
that because for the wrong reason.
Because they didn't boil their water.
I mean, you know what? That's so funny because that's like of such a easy explanation of causation correlation. You know that thought process where it's like just because something is doing the same thing at the same time, correlating, doesn't mean that one is causing the other.
Of course.
So it's like they thought that the cause of the non-sickness or the cure was the tea,
Exactly.
right? But at the same time, they didn't even correlate the fact that the water is being boiled.
Of course.
And that's the actual answer right there.
And the same river that they were pulling the water from, 2 villages up, people were taking a shit in the water.
I mean, they for sure knew that shit, bro. Come on, it was the medieval times. They just didn't think that germs existed. They didn't understand germs.
That's how the plague.
They didn't understand plagues. They didn't understand germs because you couldn't see it back then, and if you couldn't see it, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Just like that's how for such a long time they thought that the Earth was flat because they couldn't see the curvature of the Earth. Right? When you go outside, when you take a fucking rocket out to the moon, you see the entire, the Earth is round, right?
Yeah.
But back then, before Christopher Columbus, they would think that somebody would fall off the edge of the Earth if they continue sailing out there. That's like wild shit,
Yeah, I mean, I think that like, have you ever walked like mad far?
What do you mean?
Like just walked like mad far for real?
I mean, I've walked maybe like 7-8 miles.
I feel like if you walk from here to like Miller and 152nd, you'll get to the end of the world. That shit, you'll just fall off.
From
Like
here to
Miller and like 176.
Damn, I know where that's at. That's far as fuck.
Yeah. Like
That's a long ass walk.
When you get to like Miller and 176 right there, that's the end of the world.
For you, that's the end of the world.
That's it.
Yeah, it's all perspective.
Out there is cocodrilo and mosquito, bro.
Yo, so you started the tea company, right?
So, bro, so yeah, my bad. I got.
It's all good. We're over here going off topic as fuck, but it's all good. That's how we are in the Que Bola podcast.
Word, man. No, if I'm being 100% honest, bro, like, so I grew up in Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Belen.
Yeah.
I fucking, I was an amateur boxer and a football player.
Okay.
And, like, that's, like, the world that I grew up in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I went to college, I decided I fucking wanted to be a movie star.
Okay.
And I went to FSU and I studied acting there.
Yeah.
And then I transferred into NYU and I got into their acting school.
Okay.
So when I was in college, we like in acting school, we did a lot of yoga for movement class.
Okay.
Because you had to, in acting school, you study movement for years, you know? You study like, so that you can move appropriately to your character.
Yeah.
You know, if your character is very senior in the space, then he can't move nervously. And it doesn't matter if there's 3,000 people watching you. You can't move nervously because your character needs to hold it down. The Godfather can't move nervously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, so there was yoga class for, like, I should say there was movement class where we did a lot of martial arts and yoga.
Yeah.
And then there was also voice class where we did a lot of breath work to study, like, the instrument.
Yeah.
Not so much like the diction, but like, the sound, you know, the way that you make sound, and like how, like, do you like tighten up your shoulders or speak from up here in the head, or you like speak too low to fucking like try to establish yourself, you know what I mean? It's like, where does the fucking sound move in your bones, and like working that, you know? Bro, so coming from Belen, amateur boxing football player, to fucking like, like, where does sound move, you know? And then in college also, I took a lot of LSD, bro. like I took a lot of LSD.
That's the true answer.
I took a lot of ecstasy. I took a lot of shit because like
mind expanding drugs.
Yeah, man. I grew up in such like a sheltered environment that as soon as I got out there, as soon as I got out there, I was like, bro, like what's up with this shit? I'm an artist now. Like, I'm not trying to fucking, what's up with this shit? You know what I mean? So, and that like changed the way that I viewed like everything. It changed the way that I viewed spirituality and religion. It changed the way that I view like capitalism. It changed the way that I view work. It changed the way that I view art. It changed the way that I view day-to-day reality. It changed the way that I view my relationship with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so then I graduate. And my friends and I started a little theater company. It was called the EBE Ensemble.
Okay.
EBE is 11 Benevolent Elephants.
Okay.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
It was like one of the speech exercises from school, you know?
Okay.
So the EBE Ensemble, we were writing shows, producing shows, directing shows in New York. And I was waiting tables in Manhattan. And then fucking boom, I got a call that my dad had a major heart attack and like he almost died. He's okay, but... And then when he like wakes up, he's like, Mike, can you know, like, I'd really appreciate it if you could come down and like spend some time with the family and like help me out here at the house. And I was like, you know what, I'll put my acting career on hold and like focus on yoga for a minute and like and really like kind of like, what is yoga? Like when you do LSD,
deep dive into yoga.
When you do LSD and you do yoga and like the experience is like it speaks for itself, bro. Like that's like incredibly powerful technology. Like it in both directions, both in like grounding in reality and in like expansion and in like expansive states of consciousness and awareness. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like equally applicable in both and equally powerful technology in both directions, you know? So like I became like fascinated with yoga. I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking just dive in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a yoga instructor, and I got certified. I moved back down to Miami, and then like people were asking me if I could teach them how to meditate, and I was like, bro, like I don't even know if what I think is meditation is actually meditation. You know what I mean? And I always understood that the Buddhists were considered like the masters of meditation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like that Buddhism, like meditation is the backbone of Buddhism. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I found, I looked for a place where I could like learn meditation from a real master. Mm-hmm. And I found this little Buddhist temple that used to be in Coconut Grove. It was called Zen Village. Okay. And like, I was like, oh, what's this, you know? And there was this lady there, and she's like, yeah, you know, I teach meditation. I teach Qigong. Qigong is like almost like what yoga means in India. Qigong means in China. Okay. Yeah. And I was like, oh, interesting, you know. And like she was recognized as a master in Chinese Buddhism, in Japanese Buddhism, and in multiple lineages of Tibetan Buddhism. And that's like really rare. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, can you teach me to meditate? She's like, yeah, of course, no problem. I'm like, can you teach me to teach meditation? She's like, yeah, of course, no problem. And I was like, okay, cool. So, like, what's your root practice? Like, you know, what's your root practice, you know? She's like, my root practice is tea. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? Like if she would have told me her root practice is, like, fucking Gatorade.
I feel you, like a liquid, so a beverage.
Yeah, like what the
How is a beverage the root practice?
My root
of
practice is
medication,
Hawaiian
of
punch.
meditation?
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? Your
Yeah.
root practice is tea. Like, your root, okay, whatever. All right, this lady likes tea. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was, and I was like dismissive of it. You know what I mean? I was like, look, can you teach me meditation?
And she was like, "No, bro, I'm telling you, it starts with the tea."
No, it started with the meditation, and but I ended up studying meditation with her for 3 years. You know?
Okay.
And she taught me this thing that it's like it's called gong fu. Gong fu is like the word kung fu is the Cantonese pronunciation of the Mandarin word gong fu. It's the same thing. And what that word actually means is anything that you practice. What it means is practice with attention to detail and with the goal of mastery. That's gong fu, you know? So this practice is called gong fu tea, right? Or gong fu cha in Chinese, right? And the idea is like, instead of using a little bit of tea and a lot of water and counting minutes, you use a lot of tea and a little bit of water and you count just like a few breaths. You count your breaths, you know? But then because you're like getting your alignment proper, you know what I mean? And then you even out your breath and you like relax your breath so that you're not like pushing the breath and you're not holding the breath and you're not rushing the breath, you know, but you have a relaxed breath with as little effort as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you find that rhythm, then instead of counting minutes, you count the breaths, and that's how you time the tea. And you brew the tea over and over, like the first time for like a couple breaths, then you add a couple breaths. You add a one.
So you brew and breathe at the same time.
Yeah, you get the water ready, one, and you exhale on the pour. That's like the intention. It's your energy from your heart. Boom, pour on your exhale. Boom. And then 2. Pour on the exhale, right? And then now you do it again, and then next time, like you know, depending on how strong the tea is, you might want to add a breath. You might want to take a breath back, but it's like that. Like you use your breath as the timer.
Okay. Wow. This is like an ancient art form.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And it's like literally like if there were a martial art to making tea, like the practice of martial, like the kata, you know, like. This is like that for tea making. You know what I mean?
You know what's wild, bro? Throughout this whole entire like story that you told me and how you ended up at this point of how tea goes into the meditation and everything, I'm continuously thinking about how like this modern day society currently, we're so entwined with technology, but at the same time we want to get away from technology, and that's why so many people are like looking for meditation and looking for tea and looking for yoga and looking for all these other things. This is like old tech.
Yeah, bro.
This is like the original tech before like you actually had electronics.
Exactly. Straight up.
So it's like old school tech that I feel like us as humans we want to connect with that and incorporate that into our lifestyle. But the current tech has just consumed all our time and all our attention.
Yeah, but I think that like the what makes it so, like, I agree with you. I think that like that's what makes it more important to practice this, because like the rhythm at which we can receive new tweets is very different than the rhythm at which we can breathe to brew tea.
I feel you.
When the rhythm of our breath, I believe, is a more natural rhythm than the rhythm of the updates on Gmail.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime that we're looking at those technologies, like at like our iPhones, at our computers, like those rhythms are not natural rhythms. That doesn't mean that they're evil. It doesn't mean that we can't fuck with them. You know, it doesn't mean we can't mess with them. You know what I mean? It just
they just shouldn't be the guiding rhythm,
bro. Like, yeah, man, it's like because the rhythm of our breath is in tune with the universe, bro. Like that like it's in tune with our heart rate. Like those two things are entwined. You know what I mean? And our heart rate and our breath rate are like in tune with with like the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. Like that's what keeps us in tune with the thing, bro.
Yeah.
When people get lost in the fucking phone and then they're,
they get out of rhythm,
bro. Yeah, and I do too.
Yeah, 100%. We're all in that world,
of course,
right now.
Bro. And I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go play Baldur's Gate 3 on the PS5.
Yeah,
like I love it.
It's just knowing how how to not allow it to consume your every moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
That's the hard part because it feels like the current technology, like this whole thing about tea, right? You became a tea master after you learned the meditation, right? How you wouldn't have been able to like even think in that way, you know what I'm saying? If you would be consumed like all your time.
yeah, no, we was like, I often, like, I think about that a lot more now
Yeah.
because it trips me out. Like, it's so weird, bro. From the time that I was like 20, when I moved back from New York, I was like 22.
Yeah.
Right? From the time that I was 22 to like 25 or 26. No, from the time that I was 22 to the time that I was like 26. Bro, like like it was such a different time.
Yeah.
Like I lived on like nothing. I like my goal was to be like Yogi Supreme. I lived on like $200 a month.
Yeah.
And I would get like a bag of lentils, a bag of rice, fucking a bag of weed, and that was my month. You know what I mean? And like, and then go eat something at the house, eat something at my friend's house, and that was it. You know what I mean? I was like that for a long. It was like it trips me out when I think back on it, bro, because like
that you were able to sustain yourself in that manner for such a long time.
And fucking bro, and like when I was like deep in the Buddhist temple,
yeah,
bro, I was like for the last year, I was like full time at the Buddhist temple, like I would live there for different periods of time. Like I would spend at least like an hour. At least an hour and a half in meditation every day.
Yeah.
And if guests would come, I would lead meditation classes. And then if no guests would come, then the teacher would lead me directly one-on-one in meditation. And bro, that shit was for the last year, that kind of consistency of practice, So it built an inherent awareness, like kind of an obsession with awareness of breath, because that's like at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah.
It's like literally the only thing that we have control over, bro.
100%, right? Our breath. So tell me more or less about like the dive into then like focusing on tea and wanting to go and travel and building a whole entire tea house.
Yeah. No. So what happened was like in 2011, I had seen my teacher make tea. And I was like curious about it because whenever she would make tea, it felt very different than whenever anybody else made tea. It was very like it felt like there was like gravity, Like imagine like smoking weed with like a Rasta fucking like priest.
Yeah. It's like a shaman.
Yeah, it's like you that when he's rolling that shit is different.
Yeah, I've been in those kind of experiences when you're smoking with like I call them like an elder.
Yeah.
Like an elder smoker.
And
they're like, not only are they rolling up, but they're also spitting game at you at the same time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, always.
Fucking Egyptian wisdom and shit.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not sitting around listening to fucking Oasis. You're
facts as fuck.
Yeah, bro. So whenever she would make tea, it was like she didn't even say anything. She would just...
Yeah.
And bro, like everybody, like no matter who was there, people would just be like
astonished.
Yeah, So I was like interested in it, and then she threw me like one time like this big Tibetan guru came, and like I was like obsessed with Buddhism,
Yeah.
And like I was like, oh my god, this guru's coming. This guy's like a really big deal, He comes and he gets here, and as soon as the guy gets here, my teacher goes to me. She's like talking to him in Chinese. She's like, in Tibetan. I mean,
yeah.
And she turns around, Michael, make us tea.
Yeah.
And that was the first time she ever asked me to make tea for anybody.
Oh, she threw you right into the fire.
For the fuck, like the head of North America of the entire lineage of Tibetan Buddhism.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So the real deal. He could like basically the Gordon Ramsay of Tibetan Buddhism.
Bro, like the Dalai Lama is the head of one lineage of Tibetan Buddhism. The Karmapa is the head of our lineage, right? Yeah. The Karmapa's direct student, like his direct representative, direct student.
Yeah.
That dude
Yeah,
he fucking shows up. As soon as he shows up, my teacher's like, welcome.
Do this for the first time, Michael,
Make us
so I
tea.
can clown you.
Like that, bro. And she never taught me anything about tea.
Yeah. It was just from watching.
She never taught me a thing. She would just make tea in front of me.
Yeah.
And then, hey, make us tea.
Yeah.
You know? So when she did that, then I started practicing making tea.
Yeah.
And like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I would just like taste whatever tea the teacher had, whatever practice.
Yeah.
And then, bro, honestly, one day, and as I'm doing this, I'm noticing, like, I go out and I'm like, bro, like, there's literally like no tea. Like, there's no real tea.
In Miami, outside of Lipton.
Bro, in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's fucking, that's it. It's fucking like, like, it's all peach, guava, mango, youth tea.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like,
where's the real tea?
Where's the tea? I'm just looking for like tea. I'm just looking for straight tea.
The real shit.
No.
Doesn't exist.
You go to Tivana, I'm just looking for straight Taiwanese oolong. They be like, look at this fucking guy is looking for oolong tea.
Yeah.
Bro, no, we have strawberry samurai tea.
Strawberry samurai.
You know, like what the fuck is that, bro?
Yeah.
So I'm realizing that like how healthy tea is for you, how good it is for you.
Yeah.
And then, bro, my teacher just like she made me this tea. It's called Oriental Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a Taiwanese oolong tea. So look, like real quick, when I say tea, I'm talking about one particular plant. This plant is called Camellia sinensis. From the leaves of that plant, you can make white tea, green tea, black tea, oolong tea, pu'er tea, yellow tea, and fermented tea.
How can you make the different types of teas out of that one plant?
So I'll break that down after because that's like right? But this Taiwanese oolong tea, right? When this bush is, because there's subspecies, right? You know how there's like sour diesel and OG Kush, but they're all fucking cannabis sativa, indica, whatever. Yeah. And same way there's like Cabernet and Malbec and Pinot Noir. It's all grape, right? Yeah. So there's different subspecies, right? There's one called Qinsing Dapan. Qinsing Dapan gets attacked by insects, and because of the way that the saliva of the insect affects the leaf creates a concentrated sugar that it sends as a defense.
Why? So it doesn't eat it?
Because the sugar is too strong for the insect, and then it almost like fucks up the insect. It gets it drunk, and then it slows the insect's reaction times.
And then it gets eaten.
And then it gets eaten by snakes and spiders, and then which in turn shit into the mud, into the dirt, and make the bush healthier. You know what I mean?
Damn, that freaking bush is in the future as fuck,
bro. Yo, and you ready for this one?
Yeah.
You know what mycelial networks are?
Yeah, like mycelium, like mushrooms and shit.
So they once that starts happening to enough bushes, the mushrooms like networks start spreading to all of the Qinsing Dapan bushes. The message to start creating those concentrated sugars because these insects are coming. You understand?
But why would the mushrooms tell it?
That's what they do. That's what mycelial networks do. Is literally like transfer information from plants like across plants. Yeah. In the jungle, and like literally that's what they do.
That's like their communication network. That's their internet.
Literally, like when one group of bushes starts creating those sugars as a defense, then all of the bushes around it start creating it.
And they know it through the mycelium network.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's crazy, dog.
So the first time that I tasted that particular tea, like the moment that I tasted that tea, I was like, bro, I need to dedicate the rest of my life to tea. Because
it was just that eye opening.
It was like that, bro. It's like imagine being the first person that's ever tasted red wine, and everybody else has only tasted sangria, going around talking about how much they love wine.
Yeah, I feel you. Damn, for real.
And they've never tasted wine, bro.
Yeah, they've only had the sangria.
You know?
The youth wine.
And bro, the samurai strawberry.
Strawberry.
And with this tea, like bro, like I can brew, you've been here on the Up All Nights, bro. We could brew the same tea 12 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't brew strawberry samurai 12 times. You could brew that once.
That's so wild to me. When we come here to the Up All Nights and you're like brewing the same tea over and over, I'm like, yo, what kind of tea is that, my guy?
12 times, no problem. Some teas 20 times,
And okay, so then how'd you get access to these types of teas?
All right, so the way it started is ridiculous, bro. Tea has a lot of like I should say I've been very fortunate to have like just crazy coincidences.
Yeah.
But I also find that the more regularly you drink tea, the more crazy coincidences happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna brew some tea for us real quick. Also, but so look at the Buddhist temple. You know Badia, the spice company.
Yeah.
So okay, at the Buddhist temple, one of the members was Nancy. Nancy was one of my teachers, like senior students. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy was Pepe Badia's wife.
Oh, okay.
So Pepe Badia used to come by the tea room or by the temple.
Yeah.
You know. And he would drop in, and every once in a while, like he'd just drop in, and he was cool.
Yeah,
He would talk to us and shit.
Yeah.
And so remember, like I taste the Oriental Beauty tea, and I'm like, damn, like this tea is amazing. Like there's so much opportunity in tea. I feel.
Yeah.
And then I see him, and I'm like, oh, hey, baby, you know what, man? I'm thinking about it. Like, I feel like there's a crazy amount of opportunity in tea right now. Like there's no good tea in the U.S. Nobody knows anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in tea. And he's like, you know what? I think that you're like absolutely right. And we're actually about to start a little line of teas. And this year we went to the World Tea Expo, my assistant and I. And we both went. So we both have a bag, each of us. And you could just take one of our bags because we don't need two of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I pass by my office, bro. I go to the Badia headquarters.
Yeah.
He gives me a bag with every wholesaler and distributor of tea in the U.S.
Okay. Boom.
I'm like,
The plug as fuck.
I'm like, bro, I think I have an idea. Maybe he's like, here, look, every distributor of tea in the U.S.
Okay.
And their catalog and their phone number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was like sicko plug, blessing,
Bro.
Coincidence.
And bro, like I'm a yoga teacher working at a Buddhist temple at the time. I'm like, all right, we could do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bro, like I go like literally just what's the absolute minimum that I could purchase? Like I didn't even know the names of any teas because my teacher didn't teach me anything.
Yeah.
Like she just brewed tea. And
so you just were like, what's the cheapest shit I could flip right now?
No, bro. What I did, bro, I flipped through the catalogs to look for pictures of tea that looked familiar.
Oh, from the ones that she had brought around.
From the ones that she had brought around. Any tea that like first off,
similar.
anything that was blended out automatically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anything with flavoring out automatically.
Yeah.
Anything like anything.
Any of the bubble gum teas.
Yeah,
Well.
any of that bullshit. Any out mango by
Yeah.
strawberry piece. Like none of it. You know what I mean? Anything that was pure tea first. That limited it a lot.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, okay, like looking at each picture, which one of these looks familiar? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks familiar. Okay. Order as many samples as I could. Taste as many samples as I could. Okay, look, we like. This is gonna be our first like catalog, and it was like green jasmine pearls, a black tea called Yunnan Gold, a white tea called Silver Needle, and then a roasted oolong tea called Tie Guan Yin.
Okay.
And that's it. Those were the only teas that we carried.
Yeah.
And I ordered the minimum that I could order. And my sister is in graphic design, and I asked her to help me create a logo. And we created the JoJo Tea logo together, like in between joints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then I started selling tea to friends of mine in Ziploc bags.
Like it was freaking cannabis.
Straight
That's
truth.
hilarious.
Like I was like
zips.
I would like
How much for the zip? Yo?
I would print out a label and write it on it, and then scotch tape the label on the Ziploc bag and sell it to my homies, whatever. That's Tie Guan Yin, that's green jasmine pearl. And then this little French bakery, like it's actually, bro, my mom is going to this French bakery and she tells the lady, oh, my son is starting a tea company. And the lady's like, oh, tell him to bring the teas by because I want to taste them.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll sell them here.
Okay.
She said, tell him to bring the teas by because I want to taste them.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, no problem. So I do that. And then meanwhile, I'm like learning a little bit about Miami's restaurant scene and like visiting like new pop-ups like Eating House back in the day when it first popped up on 8th and Ponce and shit. And I'm like seeing like that shit is popping in Miami, you know? On the food scene in a different light back then.
Yeah.
Bro, so like fuck, where am I? Like
about the French brewery.
so the French bakery, like I go and I do a tasting for this lady,
Yeah.
and she's like, I want to sell your tea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, like fuck, okay.
Yeah.
I
How
was-
much? Where? What?
Yeah, she's like, how much is it? I'm like, I don't fucking look. This is how much I paid for it. You tell me what's fair. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was like, yoga teacher. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, write me an invoice. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Google, what is an invoice? I swear to God.
Yeah, because you hadn't gone to like business school. You had gone to like
Bro,
acting.
I was
or
in
something like
my
that.
college experience was
acting and
like
shit.
that,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
like
That's funny how you ended up in business.
crazy, bro. So then like it's almost like I see like the established restaurants, because that French bakery was like more old school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I saw that they were interested in fucking with what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also saw that like Giorgio Rapicavoli at Eating House was interested in fucking with what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like other like French bakeries were interested in us. And then Zach the Baker was interested in us. And then Yardbird was interested in us. And it was like, okay, like selling tea to like, at the time I was 25.
Yeah.
Selling tea to people individually, like, bro, there was no such thing as Instagram.
Yeah.
There was, or at least I didn't know about Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no such thing as Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like, bro, selling product online was much more difficult back then.
Yeah.
And especially if you're a 25-year-old Cuban kid, I'm gonna convince you to spend money on expensive Chinese tea online.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Impossible in 2011.
Yeah.
You know. But then when I would put the product in front of a chef or in front of a
Yeah, because
sommelier,
they know what quality is.
bro, they would taste it and be like, "What the fuck is this, bro?"
Yeah, well, this is not a strawberry pop, mango pop.
Exactly, bro. So then, like once I found that angle,
once you got the real THCs, like, yo, why am I smoking Delta 8? What is
nah,
this?
come on, bro, come on, man, you can't be just smoking this outdoor Jamaican brick shit.
For real, bro. That's wild.
So bro, that's really how it started, bro. And then like and I was like out of my apartment.
Yeah.
And then high school, like middle school and high school, like dear homie of mine was passing through Miami, and he was gonna become a consultant on like energy, on like green energy for a business.
Yeah.
And I was like, Tico, bro, help me. His name's Tico. I was like, Tico, help me out because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like, I had the 12 accounts and I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
And he joined me as a partner. He made a little investment. He invested like 20 grand.
Okay.
And then we opened our first spot. It was on Lejeune and 8th Street.
All right.
And it was weird as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was in a medical building. And it was actually his dad's building. His dad owned the building.
Okay.
And it was like in the building, you know, like LabCorp and like Quest Diagnostics and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where you go to get like a blood test.
Yeah.
Bro, so you go in this building. The second floor was the billing office for an eye surgeon.
Okay.
The third floor
Those are
was
like medical shit.
the third floor was a LabCorp where they did blood tests and JoJo Tea.
That's funny.
Bro, so you'd be in a tea tasting and then there'd be a 3-year-old getting blood taken out next door, fucking like fucking terror-filled
hard,
screams.
That's a different type of taste.
It was fucking crazy, bro. No windows.
Yeah.
It was like, so we moved here in July of 2020. You know,
Okay.
Tico and I split up. Him and his wife run Radiate Kombucha now,
Okay.
and which is fucking awesome. Like straight up, is the best kombucha. Like best kombucha out there. You can get them at Whole Foods and shit.
Nice.
Awesome. Radiate Kombucha. And then we moved here July of 2020, and it's changed a lot because like the pandemic changed everything. You know.
Yeah.
Like we built this thing to like really be a machine to sell tea to restaurants, and then we got picked to be the tea partner for Virgin Cruise Lines.
Oh yeah! Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
I did see that, bro.
Yeah, no, thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But we got that, and we were serving tea to like 200 restaurants, and then the pandemic hit and everything closed. You know what I mean? And it was like, dude, like that's what led to us moving here and like starting to kind of expand the conversation. Because now, bro, I'm not a 25-year-old kid anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm 37. I'll be 38 now in April.
Yeah.
In 2019, I won the national championship of tea brewing
Okay.
at the International Tea Masters Cup. Like JoJo Tea is 12 years old. You know, like it's like at this point, like I feel like now we can like we're not as shy about like presenting. Look, this is tea.
Yeah.
Come in, have tea with us. We'll present it to you. You know what I mean? We'll answer any question you have.
You know what's crazy? When you first... So I met you through Joe Radio.
Yeah.
Shout out Joe. Shout out John Joe.
Joel, most definitely.
Because your show, Chill Paradise,
Yeah.
you also play music. You DJ.
Yeah.
As you can tell, the turntables back here and your entire collection of vinyl. Freaking... your show comes on before our show on third Thursday.
Yeah.
The Strange Wave show. You guys, if you have a chance, check it out every third Thursday.
Third
Thursday.
That's awesome.
On joltradio.org, we do a show about music in Miami, basically based music. And your show, Chill Paradise, is every Thursday at 7 o'clock, right?
Yeah, so like Chill Paradise is kind of like this concept that my homie Afro Monk,
Shout out Afro Monk.
JM Del Valle, he developed it. So like we're playing with the idea of curation and the idea of identity, and like we jump back and forth. We do the show every Thursday. When he DJs, it's called Chill Paradise.
Yeah.
When I DJ, it's called Villain Paradise.
Ha.
And we go back and forth. Like I like exploring the idea of like the villain, and like it's also like a silent tribute, like a never-ending tribute to MF Doom and Madlib.
Shout out MF Doom, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, bro. So your show comes on before mine, and that's how we met each other. And when you first told me, like, yeah, I own a tea house and I do tea, I was like, what? Time the fuck out. Legit. You like, it stopped me in my track. I'm like, yo, there's a place where like people just go buy tea and drink tea and shit and just sit around and drink the tea. And he was like, yeah.
Bro.
I was like, what? I never even thought about that concept.
Bro, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
At 3 Points this year, I met Danny Days for the first time.
Okay.
Right? I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? Yo, thank you for your work, man. I appreciate what you do for the city. He's like, oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. I'm like, we have a little tea room. You should come check it out sometime. And he goes, a tea room? What the fuck is that? Like,
straight up.
I go, no, it's just a tea room. We drink tea. He goes, oh, you do like a mushroom tea?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I mean, we could do that. We could do that. But no, it's just tea. And he's like, like,
he thought you was like, fucking with him.
I'm not fucking with you, bro.
I'm not fucking with you. I'm for real. We do tea out here, bro. And then like when you invited us to the first like up all night, and then like everybody comes, chills around, drinks fucking tea, tastes all the different teas. That's when I really like started understanding like, okay, because your teas really are 100% completely different type of tea in comparison to like any other tea you'll get in any place basically right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
nah, man, like I mean it, bro. I mean it. Like people don't like
until you taste it, you don't understand it.
No, but it sounds crazy to say, but it's literally like we have some of the best tea on this side of the planet.
Yeah.
When people say like, "Oh, JoJo Tea, that's the best tea in Miami," I'm like, bro, you have no idea. Like we're literally throwing out some of the best tea on this side of the planet, guys. We have tea that's aged 20 years in controlled humidity in Hong Kong that was plucked from 200-year-old trees in mountains that have been making tea for 2,000 years. Like,
yeah,
from villages that have been mentioned in the journals of the emperors of China 500 years ago of where their favorite tea was from.
Yeah.
From those villages.
And those same trees.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like gardens that were planted 700 years ago and then abandoned 800 years, you know, like, and then abandoned and now they're forests of wild tea trees, you know? Like, it's wild. We're lucky, bro. We're lucky because it's like, tea is like so simply delicious, bro. It's like so honestly delicious. It's like, it gets you a little high because there's like caffeine and L-theanine and it gives you a nice little chill buzz. It's mellow. But it's like, it's a very honest thing, bro. It's like, it's just like, I feel like it's like the practice of deliciousness, the practice of like beauty, of like refining that little toquecito.
It's all about the taste too. It's all about like refining your own palate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like with your teas, I've been able, like when you show me the different teas and shit.
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn, that shit does taste completely different. It has a whole nother like complex flavor, like palette, like an entire whole nother.
It's, bro, tea, like it's three things that give the tea. It's like the flavor profile.
Yeah.
That's like the initial, when you first drink the tea and you taste, boom, like the initial attack that hits you. Mm-hmm. That's the flavor profile. Then you have the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Is it like, does it feel like watery? Does it feel thick? Does it feel oily? Does it feel silky?
Yeah.
Does it feel velvety? You know what I'm saying? Then there's the aromatic finish where you swallow and then when you breathe out, you like
you breathe out through your nose. Too.
Yeah, some taste like honey on the finish. Yeah. Some taste like aged tobacco and leather. Mm-hmm. You know, some taste like prunes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some taste like peaches and like fresh gardenias. Like this is one that I want to make for us. Jade Mountain. It's like this is my everyday shit, my every night shit, my everyday shit.
Bro, 100%, bro. I mean, what throughout this process of you growing and doing the entire tea house and everything, what do you feel has been your biggest like challenge that you had to overcome?
Bro, like honestly, it's like I think that the biggest challenge is that like tea is recreational at the end of the day. Coffee is like very utilitarian, for example, just to compare them to make a point, you know? Coffee is utilitarian.
Like you drink it to get that boost.
You drink it for utility, to get for the point. You know what I'm saying? You drink it for a like to get the energy to do a particular thing that doesn't have anything to do with the coffee.
Yeah.
Tea you drink for the enjoyment of the tea, for the sake of the tea. So it's very hedonistic, bro. Like I like to like smoke and drink tea and chill. It's very like indulgent. It's like, bro, like it's hot outside. Let's just drink some tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dude, like running a business is no joke, bro. Like running a business is no joke, especially in a city like Miami when like every restaurant, like you can't be out. If you're a coffee shop in Miami, you can't be out of matcha.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck you talking about? You're on a back order of matcha because the shipping container, what, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then that's kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the challenges are really about like the nitty, for me, the biggest challenges are really about like the nitty gritty details of operation, of like building the systems to properly predict the behavior of our customers. Because once we're doing that well, then we get a customer like Virgin Cruise Lines, bro, that's like going through 4 times what our biggest customer went through, and then decides to open 3 more cruise ships. You know, so it's like, how do you prepare for that?
Yeah,
when your product needs to be put on a shipping container and take months to get to you, and if the USDA decides to change the guidelines on importing, then the shit gets stuck in Calcutta for 2 weeks, which just happened to us last month. I had tea stuck in Calcutta for 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
A Virgin, and a tea that's exclusive to Virgin.
Damn. That's
so
wild.
like the challenges are really that we're not like a heavily capitalized company.
Yeah.
You know, I started the thing with $2,000.
Yeah.
Like we're not like the kind of company that like has like a team of international lawyers looking into what's going on in the Suez Canal to make sure our chamomile is getting to us in time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that like that's really been the biggest challenge. But then in that, it's given us our biggest opportunity where, because we're independent, we can like, all right, we're gonna have the JoJo Tea party is from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Yeah,
and Lamebot's gonna come spin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, bro, show me Lipton doing that. Show me any other tea company doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we can.
You're actually building the culture alongside building the company with tea.
Yeah, because nobody knows when to have tea or why to have tea or how to have tea yet. So we're showing them. You know what I mean? You have tea when you're chilling with your homies, smoke some, listen to some music, enjoy some art. You know, watch some stand-up comedy, think about something, read, work on your emails. You know what I mean? Like it's like we have to define that for America right now. We
gotta explain what the process and basically the norms of tea.
I think that we need to show it.
You gotta show the norms of tea.
Because like there's nothing more boring than when we try to explain it.
I hear you 100%. Yeah, that's like you're like, oh, you're trying to learn something on YouTube.
It's whack.
And somebody just talking to you and just start falling asleep.
It's whack, man. And like every tea company.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we gonna do? I got it. Okay, green tea is when you pluck the leaf and then you pan fire, and these leaves, bro. But they don't even drink tea, so why would they give a shit? Like,
but they don't even drink tea, so why would they give a shit?
Like, oh, the tea is from 300-year-old trees, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't drink tea. Why do I care if the emperor of China drank that tea? Far out. Okay, whatever. You know.
Give me that 420 though, bro.
That's what I want to know. Where to go with that?
I'm 100%. No, I get you. Like, so like showing that is like something that you feel that has set you aside from all the other tea companies and being able to like.
Of course, man. I think that it's like, I love it, man. I love that like people can come in here and listen to Bone Thugs and drink the best tea in the country.
Yeah,
You know,
that's wild. That's good.
it's like there's enough like in all the stuffy places, all the stuffy restaurants, all the temples, all the yoga studios. There's enough tea there. Like now, like I'm excited to go pour tea in Factory Town.
Yeah.
You know, from 10 p.m. to 7 in the morning, pouring tea for a bunch of people that the last thing in the world that they were expecting is to sit down and have a cup of tea that's better than any cup of wine they've ever fucking had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best, bro. These people sit down and it's like that tea hits them like a golden boot to the face, bro. They're like, boom.
Yeah, for sure.
What the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's wild, man. I mean, it's dope, man. I congratulate you on this journey. It went so like the journey is never something that you know that this is where it ends, right?
Nah, man. I mean, even now it's going into music production and DJing and like, bro, we do events. Like we did this event with this shop, John Elliott.
Okay.
We take this bar, 2 turntables and a mixer. We set it up on one side of the bar, brewing station on the other side of the bar, and then we'll rotate. Like all brew tea, Greg Beato will DJ, Taylor, the other girl on the team, will like talk to the people and host. And then we'll rotate. Greg will brew, I'll DJ, or Taylor will brew, and I'll DJ, and Greg will talk to the people.
Yeah.
And then like when I DJ, it sounds different than whenever anybody else DJs. You know, and when Taylor brews, it tastes different than when anybody else brews.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's like starting to expand beyond even what we were ready for. You know what I mean? And what we were thinking about. You know.
When I talk to people, I always ask them one question, like knowing now. Let me see that your thing. That's
label?
The one we're about to drink.
Yeah.
The Jade Mountain.
Yeah.
Taiwan High Mountain Oolong Tea.
Yeah.
I normally ask, what would be something that you would tell yourself that when you first originally started, that you like a piece of tidbit of knowledge that you wish you would have known then that you know now, because I mean, you said you're going on 12 years now.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure you've gained one piece of knowledge that you wish you could have said, "Hey, Mike, 12 years ago, do this."
Yeah,
because it's gonna really affect you in a different way.
For sure, a couple things. Yeah. No, I mean, bro, like number one, bro, Bitcoin, Papa, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, Mikey, buy Bitcoin.
Buy Bitcoin.
$18, you'd be a billionaire, bro. $18 of Bitcoin in the early days.
Yeah,
you kidding me? Bitcoin was like 0.0000 whatever. Anyway, that's all I would have told myself. Mikey, fuck yoga, fuck tea, Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin.
That's hilarious.
I would have told myself, Mikey, you're not ready for any serious relationships, man. You're trying to build some shit. Let them go, man. Focus on what you're doing. That's another thing I would have told myself. I would have said, Mikey, focus on what you're doing because you just, you can't afford to have a family yet.
Yeah.
I would have told myself that.
Hard truths.
Hard truths, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have told myself, you're, like in the early days, you're being too stubborn, bro. Like you gotta sell, you gotta figure out iced tea, you gotta figure out tea bags, you gotta figure out not every tea serving is gonna be gong fu tea, and that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not every tea service is gonna be people counting their breaths in the intention of sharing a moment of peace, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you, dog. Because you were like so committed.
I was like, tea is the like, you know what I mean? Like
and if you don't consume it in this manner, you don't even deserve my tea.
You're not even fucking drinking it then. Yeah.
Get away from me.
Yeah. Then no problem. Go call Mr. Lipton. Go fucking buy the Tazo, Yeah. It's
That's
cheaper anyway,
Yeah. No, I mean, these are things that come with time and experience and basically chichones, to be honest with you.
Hell yeah, bro. And when
learn from the bumps, the chichones.
when it's your business, bro, that every mistake costs you money.
Yeah.
That's
Tremendo
some
chichón.
that's some chichón ass shit.
Yeah,
That's some
100%.
that's-
Like, oh my God. what
that
the-
one, those cocotazos.
Cocotazo as fuck out there, bro. Cocotazo.
Here, smell this real quick.
It actually smells a little bit like asparagus and broccoli.
Look for a little bit of like like carnations, that flower.
Okay.
Look for some of that too.
Okay. I could see those hints.
Look for like peach in there also.
I can't really pick up the peach. Oh yes. At the end.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's funny, dog. Now at the end, like at the end of this, that's funny how just like being able to notice all those various like
Bro, but this is the tea that I used to win the national championship.
Oh,
this
shit.
this tea, like I've been studying this tea since 2014. Like I've been to the garden. I met the lady that makes this tea is over 90 years old.
get out of here.
Yeah, bro.
Where's it come from?
It comes from Taiwan, a region called Nantou, a mountain called Yushan, which means Jade Mountain.
Okay.
So that's why the tea is called Jade Mountain.
Oh, so it only comes from one mountain
Yeah, one garden, one mountain.
in the whole world.
Yeah. One garden, 2,000 meters above sea level, on Taiwan's tallest mountain.
Damn, that's wild. That's crazy, man. Thank you for blessing me with this tea, my G.
Hey, bro, thank you for blessing our space with the Que Bola podcast, and thank you for blessing Miami with what you do, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank
course,
you. I really
man.
appreciate it. You know, we're out here putting on for creatives and entrepreneurs. Everybody echando pa'lante. And that's what I love about JoJo Tea. Is like, it's something, like you think of Miami, you think of pan con lechon, or like, you know what I'm saying? You don't think about tea. And like, we literally have one of the best tea houses in the world here in fucking South
In the
Florida.
country.
I mean, yeah.
When you
but
get to,
like,
because China, like when you get to China, the shit is different.
but if
bro.
yours is one of the best in the country, that means you're one of the best in the world, my guy.
Yeah, but
Period. You're in the United States. You're in the top of the mountain.
yeah, well, I'm telling you, bro, like the tea houses that I've been to in China,
Yeah.
bro, they make Joe Stone crab look like Denny's, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
I've been to tea houses in China that are mansions with 36 rooms, that each room is like one of these.
And all you do is drink tea there.
With tea, each room has a tea bar, each room has a fresh flower arrangement every day put together. Each room has like a person that can come and is your tea master, and the tea master like sits like this
The entire time.
and brews tea. And if you're like, oh, what tea is this? This is Jade Mountain. It comes from Taiwan.
Yeah. That's it.
And just sits back and lets you talk and chill. And if you have a question for him about the tea, he's there for it. And if not, okay.
Damn, that's wild.
It's fucking wild,
Yeah,
bro.
they take tea real serious out there.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, it's like there's this saying in Chinese that it's chan cha yi wei.
What does that mean?
Chan cha yi wei means
Tremenda chancha?
yeah, bro. It's basically it's about chancletas, like.
No, for real, for real. What's it about?
It means Zen and tea have the same taste.
Zen and tea have the same taste.
It literally means Zen, tea, one flavor. Chan, cha, yi, wei. Zen, tea, one taste.
Wow.
Same taste. Zen and tea, same taste. So like the people that spread China, like the people that spread tea, right?
Yeah.
Were all Buddhists, Buddhist meditators.
Yeah.
They spread it because they would like use tea to practice meditation at night, to stay up in meditation.
Yeah.
You know? And when they were on retreats, they couldn't talk. It was a silent retreat.
Yeah.
So when they would do tea ceremony and have tea together with the other monks, that was like the closest thing that they had to any social interaction. You know what I mean?
And they would still be silent while they were drinking the tea.
Yeah. And it's some shit. That's like real tea ceremony, bro. Like I've sat on tea ceremony 3 hours. We sit complete silence. And the tea master picks a tea, brews it back to back to back to back to back to back. When everybody's done, we brew the tea maybe 20 times, 30 times. Okay, dump it. The next tea, boom. Brew it back to back to back. Everybody calladito. And it's like, dude, you fly.
Yeah.
Once you feel comfortable with this group of people in silence, and you feel comfortable just closing your eyes and being with the tea, bro, like it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the experience. That's what I like about tea. You know, it's not only about the like drinking it or getting the utility, like you said earlier. Like what is it gonna provide me for me right now? It's more like about the experience of being able to like calm down. You're drinking this tea. Be mindful of the moment that you're currently in.
Yeah.
Like right now, today is the in 2014 January. You know that type of situation. You know?
Yeah, man. And to notice the bro, because like in this practice, like okay, I brewed it a little too strong. I'm gonna brew it a little softer next time. Oh, I brewed it a little light. I'm gonna brew it a little harder next time. Every time that you brew it, you're trying to refine el toquecito. You know what I mean?
Good as fuck. Straight to God. That's oh God, this shit is good, bro. This shit is fire, dog.
Yeah, man.
Damn, this shit is good.
This is like I drink this tea every day now. Honestly, this tea is just like
This shit is good. Yeah, I just by drinking it, you've given this to me before. I already know which one this is.
yeah,
'Cause,
man.
yeah, every time I taste it, I do. It automatically is like, damn, this is not that regular tea shit. This shit is fire,
But you
dog.
see what I'm saying about mouthfeel? Like that doesn't feel watery,
Yeah.
You
It feels
know?
almost like gelatinous.
right? Yeah,
Like a little jello.
it's
you
like
know what I'm saying?
like coconut oil,
Yeah.
like gelatin, like fat, like you know.
That's
But
just fine.
bro,
That's just fired up.
because it grows so high that it like 2,000 meters above sea level. What grows at sea level in 2 weeks
Yeah.
takes 6 months to grow that high. So like an 800-year-old tea tree, 2,000 meters above sea level is like that tall.
Yeah.
You know.
It's taking that long to get it that big.
And like at sea level, like a fucking 20-year-old tea tree is that
yeah,
high.
it's in the sky.
You know what I'm saying? So like like that like high elevation, slowly grown. See like how you can still taste it, right?
Yeah.
That's
100%.
that's the good shit.
100%, bro.
That's the aromatic finish I was saying.
Yeah.
You have the flavor profile, mouthfeel.
No, it still feels like it's going down my mouth type of situation. Like it's going, like I'm swallowing it at the same time, right?
Yeah.
As I'm breathing.
That's the good shit. That's like the difference between shitty tea and
Yeah.
good tea is big.
Yeah. 100%
But then,
night and day.
but then the difference between good tea and excellent tea is more subtle.
Yeah.
That kind of shit is like fucking 10 breaths after you swallow.
You still
Feel like you're swallowing.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
that's
that's something different. That's
the
something-
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, if people wanted to follow you, wanted to get your tea, wanted to get your shit,
Yeah.
wanted to try this experience,
Yeah,
how can they
it's-
reach out to you?
Okay, so it's big time sexy tea guy 69 at my OnlyFans. We do crazy shit there. Agua caliente all day, agua
Yeah.
fria, matcha. We do crazy shit with matcha. Fucking un reguero de matcha, but like sexy, like
Yeah.
nice, classy stuff,
Yeah.
you know. And that's it. Really, only OnlyFans.
Yeah, bro. What's the easiest way, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
Really, Instagram is where we like focus on like kind of keeping the brand communicative. You know what I mean? With like what's going on there. You can see what our events are. You can see what our like. We have movie nights. We have like we have a stand-up comedy night that we're doing. That is called On Some Zen Shit.
Okay.
That it's like, bro, that shit is amazing. It's so much fun, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it's like we set it up right there in that corner of the room, and like I'm saying, it's a tea room.
Yeah.
So like, there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
Like if the joke is not funny,
It's hitting you. It's gonna be the awkward cringe.
it's not. It's gonna be undeniable, bro.
Yeah.
And if you go to a bar, like half the people are drunk, half the people didn't come to see stand-up comedy. They came to hit on this chick or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give a fuck about what you're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Here, it's like people are
High
listening.
Pressure.
And it's refreshing for the comedians that take what they do seriously,
Yeah.
because when they go to a bar, nobody's listening to them. And this is their shit. They work on it, bro.
Yeah,
You know, they work on their jokes. They sharpen the sword.
Yeah.
And then they go and nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
So they come here, bro, and everyone's like listening to every word, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing.
What's the IG?
Sip JoJo, SIPJOJO. And if you want to learn more about tea, right? we have something that we do is called the JoJo Club, and that's a seasonal subscription. And I feel like, you know, everybody's trying to sell subscription nowadays. So like, it's kind of, I feel like obnoxious every time that I even mention the word subscription, just because subscriptions are subscriptions. But at the end of the day, bro, like, it is our best item that we offer. It's like, bro, like I've been studying tea 14 years now. And the JoJo Club is like, let me curate a box of tea for you every season. And you'll get 5 or 6 different teas that you can play with, from luxury level tea to like just like premium, historically significant, authentic level teas. You know what I mean? And that it comes with a write-up of like what makes these teas noteworthy and why are they picked for this season. You know what I mean? That is really like a good way to keep up with the brand. Because like keeping up with the brand on Instagram is one thing, but it's like
another way to have it in front of you, touching it, feeling it.
Nah, like you without heating up the water, like JoJo Tea is dead. Like you gotta heat up water and make the tea and drink it. That's how you keep up with the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's luckily also how you get the benefits of tea, which are like a lot. You know, like scientifically proven, like so many. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, bro. Yo, you're freaking rising the tea world. Not only that, but in the like putting on for culture in South Florida, expressing culture in a different way. Like, I really commend you on that, dog. Like, it's dope what you're doing with the tea and bringing in, like, we've DJ'd here before, we've thrown parties here before.
Hell yeah,
it's
man.
all of that, bringing in various creatives. I've met so many cool creatives here.
Bro, on Sundays now, every Sunday in January, we're doing a thing called the Third Year.
Okay.
And it's Miami's Rogue Music School.
Okay.
And the idea is, if you make music, any technical questions that you have, if you're working on a project and you got writer's block, if you want to just kick it with a workshop, a community of creatives, every Sunday in January from 2 to 6, we got an open workshop.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
And it's led by Diego Melgar.
Oh, yeah, I know Diego.
Bro, like...
I saw him here.
Yeah. Super, bro. Like, that guy knows, you know, music theory, Ableton, any hardware, like...
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%,
man. I'm coming to that because I remember we were talking about earlier. I have that problem with my Ableton, my machine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Diego would probably help me out with
He's
that.
the wizard, bro.
100%.
He's the wizard.
Bro, thank you so much once again for coming on. Thank you for being like so open and sharing with us. Once again, people want to holler at you. Sip JoJo on IG.
Sip JoJo on IG, most definitely.
Also, every Thursday at 7 p.m. on Jolt Radio, either Chill Paradise or Villain Paradise. How else could people like interact with yourself, bro?
Bro, honestly, swing through the tea room, man. Like
we're on Biscayne and 70.
Biscayne and 76, 620 Northeast 76th Street. If you just put into Google JoJo Tea, will pop up. Like, yeah, man. I think that like I really like, not to get too like sentimental, corny, whatever, but like I really believe in tea, bro. Like, this shit is like literally practicing a moment of peace and making it as delicious and beautiful as possible.
Yeah.
God damn, bro. Like, we need that. We need that, to take bro.
It's like, you know how they say take a moment and smell the roses?
Yeah,
that's
man.
What tea is.
It's
like
it's literally practicing that. It's literally practicing that, bro. And like refining your shit. And then as you do it, like every piece, like, okay, these cups, bro, these cups were made by
so good.
They're made by a, bro, you have, let me,
I'm still tasting it, dog.
Here, let me brew them.
Swear to God, dog, I'm good, bro.
Here, let me brew.
Yo, 100%, that shit is so good, dog.
But actually, so look, this guy, the guy that made these cups, bro, this guy's from San Diego, right? This guy, he like started learning about tea and started, wow, man, this tea shit is pretty interesting, you know? And he decided that he wanted to go to Taiwan to learn about tea. He goes to Taiwan and he spends like 2 weeks in Taiwan visiting tea gardens, visiting ceramicists. He's like, damn, this tea life is beautiful, bro. This shit is beautiful. He said that he's like, all right, I have to go back to San Diego now. He gets on the flight. The flight lands in San Diego. He gets off the plane and he makes eye contact with a cop. And the cop looks at him. And he's like, fuck this, I'm moving to Taiwan.
That's funny.
That's literally what happened, bro.
I'm out this bitch.
He's been there 20 years, bro.
Shit.
And look what he's making with his hands, bro.
That's fire, dog. Dog, thank you once again for coming on.
All right, thank you, bro.
I appreciate you. To everybody out there, thank you so much for listening to Que Bola podcast. Thank you for all the encouraging words you guys sent me on IG. You can holler at your boy, Que Bola podcast on IG. And like I always say, if you love it, share it with your friends. Or if you hate it, share it with your enemies. But just share this motherfucker. Hasta la próxima. We out. Peace.
Peace, 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 peace. Thank you all.
Damn, that shit was good.
Yeah, that shit's fire. I love it.
Thank you for listening. Thank you to Mike Ortiz, Mike Sip JoJo. Thank you so much to JoJo Tea. Thank you everybody listening to the podcast. Hasta la próxima. I hope que te crezca, te quiero, and nos vemos. Listo. Peace.